Hi, my tarot bumblebees. It's Ethony. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're brand new here. Today I have a huge haul. So I have been sent over the last, what are we at now, like 9 months, all of these decks from publishers and creators that are all mass market. And I have not had a bunch of time this year, as many of you know, with the books coming out and all that kind of jazz. So I'm finally here ready to share them all and record it. So this is a Oracle and Tarot deck mass market collection of things that were sent to me by people who said, oh, my friend did this deck, please share it, or a creator, an author from who actually created it has reached out to me and asked if I would share it. So this is all going to be stuff that you can find mass market. As always, all of the links to where you can find these decks are in the description box below. I love promoting and sharing authors and creators' work because it's a hard world and we all have to do our own promotion. So I hope you enjoy this little haul video, and let's swap over cameras and show you some of the goodies. The first deck I have, the box is not even going to fit in my space because I've had to move my recording area today. But it's the one and only Rachel Pollack's Shining Tribe Tarot. This is a re-release from Red Wheel Wiser. And if you've never heard of the Shining Tribe, so drawing from the legacy of 50,000 years of humanity's encounters with the divine, renowned tarot scholar Rachel Pollack created the Shining Tribe Tarot. These cards are steeped in symbolism drawn from culturally diverse systems, including Neolithic rock art, Native American and African shamanism, Aboriginal art, and the Kabbalah, Jungian psychology, and the traditional tarot. So, whoa, right? Like, whoa. This is one of those decks where it's like, okay, this is going to be a study masterclass. And the book, from what I've heard, because it was out of print for a really, really long time. So from what I've heard, the book is exceptional. So we're going to look at that secondly. I'm just going to pop it there. The box is really gorge. Again, sorry, my space is a little small right now. Okay, we have the backs that are reversible. The cardstock is like pretty standard for a mass-produced deck. And so remembering too that this is based on our experiences with the divine over the last 50,000 years. So this isn't going to be, modern motorcycle people, people on motorcycles for the chariot. This is based on cave paintings and rock paintings and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot to unpack in this deck, and I can already start to see a lot to unpack. And so Rachel actually did the art herself as well. So this feels like it's going to be one of those study decks, a deck that you're going to want to take your time with and draw cards and sit with it and really think about what it means and read the text, and then kind of maybe go for a walk and then come back and read the text again or meditate on it, that kind of stuff. This would be perfect for anyone who's also looking to do ancestral work because of the connections with our ancestry. So we have the place of trees, the knower of trees, the gift of trees, and the speaker of trees. So those are the sort of stations, I guess, of the court cards. So we have trees, rivers, birds, and stones. Well, that was very loud. And stones. So unlike anything you're ever going to see in any other deck you're ever going to come across, right? Like clearly this is something that is unlike anything else I'd love to hear if you've worked with this deck. Like, this would be kind of one of those decks that you would want to take, you know, like a good year to work on with. I love working with stones. All of my South American shamanism, all my training was all based on stones. And my mesa bag. And the stones in, you know, Australian mythology and Aboriginal culture are so important. And I've been very fortunate to learn a lot about that. Oh, and then there's the extra cards as well. So I kind of went through those really quickly. So we had Tiamat, Saint Teresa, the Sphinx in Eden, Knowledge and Life, Portrait of Albert, and then those are the extras as well. So those are the cards. Look at this book. Holy moly. So it's full color. I mean, like, so we see here like the Six of Rivers, and there's a dedication. There's some poetry. Talks about Lilith on the Nile, and then the divinatory meaning and the reverse meaning. I mean, this is like a treasure trove of information. Like, she's got glossary in there and readings together. This is like a full workbook of just incredible divine work. So this is just, yeah, what a set. So the Shining Tribe Tarot from the one and only May She Be Resting in Power, Rachel Pollack. Next is the Journey to Enlightenment Tarot, and this is a new tarot for alchemical transformation. And this is by Selena Joy Lovett, illustrated by Daniela Minutus Forster. Whew. Okay, and this is by Watkins. And someone sent this to me. A friend of the person sent this to me and they asked Watkins to send it to me. So this is the little book. We'll look at that in a second. And it's just taking me forever to be able to have the time to do these. Love the backs, very simple. Matte cardstock, probably 330 GSM. Wow. Look at the details in this. Holy. What a rad little deck. This kind of reminds me of the first time I ever saw the Spiral Tarot, where I was like, okay, well, this art style may not necessarily be something that I would put on my wall, but but it speaks to me really intuitively. Like, look at that. That is so cool. That strength is beautiful. Love that hermit as well. Yeah, there's something about it that's very, very engaging and wow. And the gems with the tower all falling away. Oh, that star's gorge. Moon. Love that the sun has all these treble clefs with music. Oh, the Judgment card. Oh my goodness. World. And it's fully illustrated. The amount of time that it must have taken to do this. What a really cool freaking deck. This looks like it's like mixed media. So you can see that it has its roots in the Rider-Waite-Smith. It's like an explosion of color, but it's done in a way that doesn't feel like it's just been like thrown, you know, spaghetti on the wall style. It's all done very specifically and intentionally, which is really lovely. Oh, I love that perspective of the Four of Swords. Yeah, very cool. And correct me if I'm wrong, those are the placements of the Marseille, you know, the layout, also in the Thoth. So as you can see, this would be very, you could use this deck if you work with either system. That's a really cool King of Swords. I like that a lot. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I can only imagine how long it took for the artist Daniela to create this deck. I wonder how big the paintings, the original paintings. Oh, I love that Ace of Cups. That's cool too. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's beautiful. What a really cool deck. This is probably one of the most original decks I've seen out this year. I love that there's been, you know, different. This is a very different, maybe aesthetic that I would, you know, normally work with, but I do really like that. So we get keywords for the cards, and then the journey to enlightenment for each one. And you get still quite a bit, even in the minor arcana, which is lovely. Then we have, you know, tarot spreads. It's a cute little, it's a well done book, right? Getting to know the cards. Gorgeous. So this I believe, maybe came out last year. 2021. Oh my gosh, a couple of years. Okay, well, that's new to me. So this is the Journey to Enlightenment Tarot. I definitely feel like this is something that is talking to my intuition a lot. So I'd love to hear if you're working with this one too. This is the Kids Tarot, and this is another one of those decks that was sent to me ages ago. And I just feel so bad that I've been so busy and sick and family and surgeries and just like, it's just been a year. So I apologize that it's taken me so long. So this is by, so the Kids Tarot, Illustrated Deck and Guidebook for Life's Big Questions by Jason Grohl and art by Christina Kister, I'm going to say. And this has been published by Gibbs Smith. And Jason sent this out to me. Love the box, and the box is great. And I really do like that it's a nice big shiny box for kids because, you know, I love that kind of stuff. This is the guidebook, and look at that. Like, it's so easy to read and to work with and relate with children. Okay, so the deck is big, and I don't hate that, but like, kids have small hands, so I would have maybe done it a bit smaller. And the back, you all know what I'm going to say. I don't like words on the back of decks, but I do like the design. You know, it would have been cool if that was just left, but yeah, kids have small hands, but that's okay. All right, now let's have a look. I already know that I'm going to really like the imagery in this. So it has here, this is cute too. Look, it's got the major arcana there. So that's a nifty little thing to have. And then the number and then the title. Love the border idea as well. Oh my gosh, this magician is adorable. Is it bad that I want to read with this myself? The High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor. Oh my gosh. The artwork is stunning. Wisdom, love. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. The Chariot. Oh, the Justice. This is like a kid's fantasy book come to life, and I'm 110% here for it. Whoops. So we have the Hermit, Justice is 8. I mean, again, I changed that around myself. The Wheel, Strength, the Upside Down, Dreaming. Oh my gosh, the little ghost puppy. Stop. Possibility. Trickster instead of the Devil. Makes sense. The Tower. The art is gorgeous. The Moon, that's so, like I said, I might be using this myself. There's just something very Dixit-like with this, and I love bright, coloured, like this art style. I really, really love. This would be really great to work with, the little marshmallow. Really great to work with for inner child work. My son has no interest in tarot, so it's not something that he would be into himself, but doesn't mean I can't work with it. Yeah, I think this would be a really, really good inner child deck. Oh my goodness, look at all the sticks. This definitely reminds me of like a video game, like kids. That's beautiful. I love that that's like over her throat chakra and her heart. Really gorgeous. So dope. Oh. So the more I look at this, and I like that the borders have like the elemental on here. So the more I look at this, the more I absolutely know that this would be great to work with inner child work, even for myself. Holy bananas, that is beautiful. Oh, Legolas dad says, what? Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, this is so cool. I'm very, wow, what a cool deck. There's been a couple of pretty dope, oh, stop. It's a whale shark. Really, really amazing decks for kids. This is beautiful. Shut up. Oh my goodness. This is making me so happy. Wow. Oh. Oh. Stun. Absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, the only thing is like that they're big, so you'd have to maybe do like a washing machine situation when you're shuffling it with the kids, and I'm not keen on the text on the back of the cards, but it doesn't matter. So what do we have in here? So this was talks a little bit about what tarot is, the Fool's Journey, numbers and people. Oh, I love this. What I can ask. Life's overwhelming sometimes. What do I need to remember? I really like that. Focus of the day, what I'm thankful for, what to watch for. These are really like, what a lovely reminder too, right? Of like, to keep it simple sometimes in our spreads and our work, because we as adults can also get like really, really make things really complicated. Like I love that. Things I do well, things to work on. Me, you, us. Uncover the magic, and then we move into take the first step. You have what you need. Really, really lovely. Do what's right even when it's hard. Times are hard, but you're making them harder, better together. Well, this is powerful kindness. This reminds me of Paul Watson, who's in jail because he's trying to save whales. But this is really very, very sweet. Well, I'm keeping this for myself. So no. And this is the Kids Tarot. What a stunner. Now we have the Oracle of the Mythic Heroes by Lateo Wang and illustrated by Rosang Zouali and Anjun Gao. I'm probably mispronouncing all of that. So this was sent to me by, oh my gosh, box by Lateo. And another one of those decks that I should have gotten through ages ago. So big, chunky book. My goodness, look at that. That is huge. So we're going to look into that one. Lovely box. This was published by Beyond Words. And I did ask if, I've just been asking as a blanket ask if anything is done with AI, and I was told no. So here are the backs. And it has the shiny, you can see my lights, the shiny, oh my gosh, lamination. These are cool. Theseus. So we have Aries and leadership. Oh, interesting. And patience. And we have all of the zodiac signs. Achilles, confidence. Interesting. So we're going through the zodiac signs. And this is Greek mythology. Apologies for Apollo if you can hear him with the bone at my feet. So Paris, Indecision, Gemini. These are cool. Healing and the Orpheus and Cancer. There's another oracle deck that they've done, which I believe is like a god's one. So protection, Heracles, strength, Arachne, arrogance. So this is cool. My son really, really likes Greek mythology. So we've read all the Percy Jackson books and, you know, watched the series. So he might really like this. He's got a big book of Greek mythology that he really loves. And I do like that it goes through the zodiac signs. It is very fantasy, role-playing art, you know, kind of thing. Which is, you know, I think that's cool. I mean, I play a lot of role-playing. So I think it's pretty dope. I like some of the POVs as well. Like that's a really cool one. This is neat. Pegasus. Medusa. Very cool. Okay, so those are the cards. I didn't even look at how many. So large format, like a lot of oracle decks. How many cards are in here? 40 cards and a 256-page guidebook. Oh, so this is a guidebook, and it's quite chunky. The heroes of the zodiac. So this is the introduction, and then in the building a relationship with the cards, how to work with the spreads, 3-card spread, and then we go right in. So here we say it's Theseus leadership, Mars, the first decan of Aries, March 21st to March 31st, and the stone is carnelian. In the first decan of Aries, we are encountering the first dimension of the cardinal and dynamic form of the fire element, which is embodied in the mythical figure of Theseus, king of Athens and one of the most famous Greek heroes. And then we have the myth, and then the teaching. It's really cool. And then so we have the second decan here. Very cool. That is so rad. So if you're working with decans, and I know a lot of people are doing decan walks with the tarot, this would be a really good companion for that as well. What a cool deck. This is definitely something that I look forward to working with. I mean, I love Greek mythology, clearly, and it's really well done. So fantastic deck, Oracle of the Mythic Heroes. This is a deck that I came across myself and I purchased myself, the Subtle Body Oracle deck by Cynthia Dale, illustrated by Aldia Lee. And I have some of Cynthia Dale's books. This is by Sounds True. And I don't know if they are, but I thought they were like connected with Hay House somehow, but I don't know. So she also has a book called Subtle Bodies. So this would be sort of a companion, right? Subtle energy tools for daily use. I really like the bags. This is a really, really, really cool bag. Okay. Look at these bags. Oh, they're so fire. So pretty. So again, a larger format oracle. And the shiny lamination. And it's not one that I've seen a lot of people sharing or working with. But I also like how you use these proper visuals of the chakras. So I wanted to get this to see how it would read, you know, like how I could work with it, because I have another oracle for chakras and I actually really, really like it, but I do love this art style. So we're moving through the majors, and then we've got here the 8th, 9th, 10th, probably the 12th, I think she goes up to. Yes, and then the meridian system. So this would be really good for someone who is working with those subtle energies. So the large intestines, the stomach, the spleen. Our bodies are so fascinating. The heart, small intestine, bladder. Yeah, so interesting. So this would be a lovely visual guide for working with it. Now we have the 12 auric fields. I don't know how it would work as an oracle deck though. I do like the movement in this and I really like the art style. Like the auras look so cool with this, these beautiful energies coming off them. And of course, there are many schools of the way in which people view the auras and chakras. So it's not necessarily something that, I mean, you'd have to see if this aligns with the way that you see it. So now we have the elements. I really like the art style. It's very cool. Stones, ether. Yeah, see? Oh, it's so cool. Sound and clay. So yeah, I think the backs are definitely like very, very cool. And then we have here, so then we have some information, for example, on the meridian system. And then preparing to draw your cards. And then it really just goes into a little bit of, so this seems like it's more of a system of understanding the actual parts of it. So it feels like it might be less of an actual oracle deck, but it's good that there's some information on how to, like, about the actual systems. Yeah, interesting. So we'll have to see how this, I was just really drawn to the artwork. I'll have to see how it works as an oracle deck. But seeming that it's more of like of a study deck, this might be a deck that I gift to somebody. But yeah, that's the Subtle Body Oracle deck by Cindy Dale. Now this is an oracle deck I haven't seen anybody really working with, and there's two decks this person has put out. So it's Nadine Gordon Taylor, and it's called the Crystal Clear Oracle, Loving Guidance from the Mineral Kingdom. And there's another one that I've been looking at as well. Oh, here we go. It might be the Heart Path Oracle is the other one. And this is really gorgeous, this deck. I've already looked through it a couple of times. And the book is fabulous too, which we'll go through. These are big cards. So let's see, standard tarot, like pretty big. So I think these are even bigger than a normal oracle, like, you know, the larger size oracle deck. Love the backs. And look at these images. There is so much detail in here. So turquoise, cleansing, stabilizing, karmic shifting. So there's fruit, pillars. There are so many symbols. Vanadinity. Never even heard of it. But this one is adventurous, daring, and problem solver. Alexandrite. And I just thought that these, look at the snail amber. I thought that the cards were really, really beautiful. Now, I would want to cut the color off and just leave the bottom title. And I probably would have made it like a black or a white or something, so it was all one. But I understand why they have these colored borders. But yeah, so there's always a lot of symbols, and you'll see this when we get into the guidebook. As I said, like I said, I've been looking through these and checking them out. So ammonite, every symbol in here has meaning, right? Every shape, everything. Aquamarine. And it's a really thoughtful deck. My dog's grizzling at each other. Carnelian. And I believe that this is all art. Yeah, it is all art that Nadine has done herself. This would work so well with so many tarot decks. You could work with this as a companion to an animal deck, because there's just like so many animals in here. A companion to, you know, a tarot deck that has crystals in it. I love that fluorite. It's really, really gorgeous. And I can't believe I haven't seen more people talk about it. Kunzite, Bradorite. So if this is the first time you've seen this, then yeah, there you go. And I'm pretty picky with my Oracle decks. So this artwork really, really, really spoke to me. And the other one that she has is Gorge too, so I might end up picking that one up as well. And of course, these core meanings of the actual crystals themselves might be something that you change or work differently. But yeah, really, really lovely. And the way that I use a lot of crystal decks is a supportive energy. So you could do it two ways, right? You could have your client pick a card and then work with the crystals, although you would probably have to make sure you have the stones or can give them a suggestion of where to get it. Like say you got tanzanite, super expensive, right? So, or the other way you could do it is, you know, have them meditate actually on the card itself. So there's a few ways that you can work with it, but I thought this artwork was simply stunning. And for someone who is really into crystals and who wants to have a beautifully detailed hand-painted deck, then I thought this was just lovely. So then when you go to the guidebook, it speaks in the first person and it talks about everything, right? So the 4 dragonflies, a lotus flower, the eye of God, a dimensional movie screen, 2 curtains, and the symbol for Jupiter, right? So it shows you, it tells you all of the symbols. And then there's the lotus flower has shown up to help you stay on the spiritual path. In general, the lotus is symbolic of rebirth, peace, and enlightenment. So there's lots of information, and then there's some affirmations. I rise through any predicaments with grace and beauty, you know, so there's lots of different ways you can work with it. So I just thought that this was so cool. And then here we have a massive glossary. And I think that's so cool. Like, look how much, so she's not assuming that there's anything that you know, and I love that because it makes it so that you can, anyone can pick this up. So a really good glossary. And then, yeah, you know, lots of different ways to work with it. So I think it's lovely that this was something that the artist and author did themselves. And this is by Bear & Co. And I really do think I'm going to get the other one as well, which is the, what is it called? The Heart Path Oracle cards, because I've definitely seen them. But this is the Crystal Clear Oracle. And yeah, I really, really love it. I'd love to hear if you've seen it or if you thought about picking it up, because I haven't seen many people talk about it. Hey, so I finally purchased the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott. And if you just watched my spooky video, then you saw that I was talking about his horror one. So it has this lovely box feel again. I don't like the bags, but everyone knows how I feel about writing on the back, but I get it, whatever. It doesn't, it means nothing. It is standard tarot size. I mean, this is very mass produced. Like there's like stains on here. And again, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just not sure about these decks, but they're so cool. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I play like Fallout too a little bit with some of these, but this is really, really well done. But the thing that I said in the spooky one is about how there is literally no people of color. Okay, so we have one, so we have justice. Okay, we're going to keep going and I think you'll see what I mean. So it is really, really cool And I do love some of the images so much. It's definitely one of those ones that would go well with the Housewives Tarot or the Zombie Tarot, you know, the one that is in the little box and it has the vibe of pin-up. Like, so this person, you know, could be someone from Cairo. But as we keep going, there's just no people of color in this deck. None. Just a ton of white people. And it's just like one of those things where it didn't necessarily have to be that way. And I don't know if everyone is just like sick and tired of me talking about it. Zolta. But I notice it. It's one of the things I notice when I pick up I pick up decks. I'm probably going a little too fast. Because when you look, it's a really fucking cool deck and it's very readable. You know, would be easy to read with. It has very inspired Rider-Waite-Smith imagery. Translated into this very cool pulp, the books, the comics. Like it's gorgeous. Like so cool. Like they're really, really, really cool. You know, there's symbols in here. It was well thought out. It's not lazy. You know, you could really have phoned this in. But no, it's really, really done expertly. My only issue was that she's the only Black woman. And I'm getting very like foxy brown. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But when that's the only representation, and then maybe this person, but we don't know. So if you can get past that and the fact that this card stock isn't great, it is a very fun themed deck. And then we just have a very basic little white book. But it has enough in there that you can read about it. So it is really cool. That's just my only issue with it. But I'd love to know if you've been reading with it because I haven't been reading with it yet. It might be something that comes out in the winter time, not more like fall. But I want to know because it looks like it would read really easily. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Now we have the Visionary Ching cards, and it's the Book of Changes for Intuitive Decision Making by Paul O'Brien, art by Joan Larimore. And I got this. This is another one from Beyond Words. I got this because of Benabelle's book, and I wanted a deck to work with because my ADHD and my dyslexia really likes visuals. So 64 cards, 224 pages of book. They're doing a really good job with their boxes and their books and their stuff. Like the production is really cool. And I was looking at different artwork and I like watercolor. So that's why I was drawn to this. So again, very big cards. Look how beautiful these are. Creative power, sky above, sky below. Aren't they gorgeous? My goodness. So this is going to be my study buddy for the I Ching work that I want to do. And I really like the almost ethereal look at these and the watercolor. Something easy to, like dive into or softly gaze at and get information from. They're so cool. They're pretty. So that's the reason why I got this one. And you can see we have got the keyword. So we have the number, the keyword, the element above and below. Then we have the I Ching, and then the actual Mandarin lettering for it. So there's a lot that you're able to see on this, and it's very quick, you know. Yeah, I really, really love the artwork. There are a few decks around for the I Ching, and you can get, I think Burnaby even has ones for her course that you can just print yourself that have this the symbol actually just really big. And I wanted to have something that also kept my attention, like I said, and I was able to like soft meditate into. So pretty. So rad. Yeah, so this was just quickly going to go through the rest of them so you can pause if you need to. I haven't started my study because it's something I want to take my time with, and I'm still finishing writing books this year and doing edits. So I might have some time. I say that now. I might have some time to do some study for myself next year. So I didn't want to put anything else on that I knew I was going to start and then not finish. But look how beautiful it is. Gorgeous. So those are the cards. And then the guidebook is a chonky monkey, like it's quite big, which is what you want, right? And then, of course, it has the lines. So, and how to read the actual symbols. So, yeah, I would like to dive into it, and then we have some hexagrams and see if I can work with it as a partner to Bennabelle's book. And that's the Visionary I Ching cards, the cards for the actual system. So that'll be really fun to work with. And we have the Lucid Dreaming, Lucid Living cards. Oof, goodness. And this is Oracle, your Oracle and Guide to Mastering the Dreamscape by Norma J. Burton and Nisha Burton, and forward by legendary Philip Cargom. And this is a big box. I can barely even fit it in the frame. Are you dreaming? Dream with lucidity. Live with lucidity. Are you awake? So lovely box. I get why the box is so big. It's because of the book. So it's definitely one of those biggies. Okay, love these bags. Really love these bags. I love everything about it. That we have some gold gilding. This is a tarot sized deck, and it is digital, photo and digital. And I really loved that the image, the ghost image, which is on the box. I'm not always into this type of imagery, but I do like how this is done. I dream very, very vividly. And so it's definitely something that I have had a lot of experience. I've had a lot of lucid dreams. I've had a lot of astral travel. I've had a lot of astral visitations. So not something I am unfamiliar with. And it's definitely been something that I've had experiences with since I was very young. So I didn't have the framework of understanding a lot of stuff. But having reoccurring nightmares and having to learn how to control my dreams and all that kind of stuff from very early on at a necessity was not easy at the beginning, but something that's been very useful throughout my entire life. But I also didn't have like digital interference because I'm an old lady. So this would be a really interesting deck to work with if you want to start doing lucid dreaming, or you think you can remember your dreams and you want to start doing it more intentionally. This would be really helpful. And for myself, I think that dreams and dream interpretation and all that kind of stuff is very case by case, because I've definitely had that. I've definitely had a false awakening too. Having every experience is different, every person is different. So dream interpretation can be hard. I feel like it needs to be guided by the actual person who had the dream, because everyone's like, oh, teeth means this. And it's like, yes, but it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing to everybody. Symbols, yes, we have a symbolic language, but dreams are just this, interesting space. I've had dreams where they've been prophetic. I've had dreams where I know I have gone and visited someone. I've had dreams where someone has come to visit me. I've had dreams that are just regurgitation of the day. I've had dreams of, I've watched, I remember I had a shocking bronchitis one year, and I watched like 3 seasons of Dexter while I was sick at home trying to recover from this. And I had fucked up dreams. Of course I did, because it was all I watched while I had a fever and was sick. So I think it's like those things where you have to take into consideration like what's been going on. That's such a cool card, dream recall. But I do think that these would be really interesting to work with, because this is a guide and an oracle deck. So if you look through this, there's information on lucid dreaming. So preparing for it, connecting with it. So it depends on how you want to work with this, because I think this could be something where you're learning about the specific types of like levels of lucidity, when you're actually reading about it, or you can do it as an oracle deck. So it would be interesting to like reading a little bit about reoccurring dreams and about what maybe these reoccurring dreams may mean, right? So, but then we have keywords on there. And this is like how to work with that situation with these reoccurring dreams. So I do think that this is an interesting deck and guidebook to work with if you want to understand your dreams more. And then we've got keywords at the back. Okay, so you got that as well. And then some notes and recommended readings. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know if I would work with this as an oracle deck, or if I would work with this as more of the book. But who knows? It could be a really good magical deck, more than anything. Like if you wanted to address your reoccurring dreams, maybe you could use this in a spell or something. Not wreck it, but use it as an anchor to help you resolve what's happening in the reoccurring dream. But yeah, it's going to be a really interesting tool. And I also understand that not everyone remembers their dreams, and sometimes you can train yourself to do that and sometimes you can't. But if you can, or you've wanted to learn more about your dreams, this could be a really, really cool set. So this is the Lucid Dreaming, Lucid Living Guide and Oracle deck. I hope you enjoyed the treasures. Which one was your favorite? Have you been working with any of them? How have you been finding them? Please let me know in the comments below. Remember, liking and commenting on this video helps my channel out so very much. And if there are any titles that are mass market that you haven't seen me work with and you think I need to check out, also let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all next time.